Hi guys, this is Dr. Eric and we're going to have practice in progress by LG Alexander in this program. So this program will run approximately 3 months in a quarter of a month since this book has actually 96 modules. All right, so this is the first of the 96 module. Let's have the first part, the passage, a private conversation. Okay, please listen. Last week, James went to the theater. He had a very good seat. The play was very interesting. He did not enjoy it. A young man and a young woman were sitting behind him. They were talking loudly. He got very angry. He could not hear the actors. He turned round. He looked at the man and the woman angrily. They did not pay any attention. In the end, he could not bear it. He turned round again. "I can't hear a word," he said angrily. "It's none of your business," the young man said rudely. "This is a private conversation." Okay, you may read it again by yourself. All right, then afterwards, we have comprehension, précis, and composition. All right, first question, where did James go last week? All right, James went to the theater. Okay, number two, did he enjoy the play or not? Unfortunately, he did not enjoy the play. Who were sitting behind him? A young woman and a young man were sitting behind him. Were they talking loudly or were they talking quietly? They were talking loudly. Could he hear the actors or not? He couldn't hear the actors. Did he turn round or not? He turned round. What did he say? "I can't hear a word," he said. Did the young man say the play is not interesting, or did he say this is a private conversation? The young man said this is a private conversation. Okay, let's go to talking points. When did you last go to the cinema? Tell me about the play or film. Okay, you may answer. Do you get angry easily? What sort of things makes you angry? Would you like to be an actor or actress? Why or why not? If you were an actor, what character could you be? What things couldn't you bear? All right, let's proceed to the grammar part. Okay, word order in a statement. A statement tells us about something. All the sentences in the passage are statements. Each of these statements contains one idea. Each statement tells us about one thing. A statement that tells us about one thing is a simple statement. The text consists of simple sentences. That is, sentences which contain one subject and one predicate. For example, The play was very interesting. In this sentence or statement, the play is the subject and was very interesting is the predicate. All right. You may check the rest of the statements or sentences in the text again. Now, the order of words or the basic order in English is T, which is time. Okay, you can have T first part or you can have it at the last part. So it's basically it can be first or sixth part. Okay, now next is S, subject, then V, verb, then we have O, object, or C, complement, then manner, then place, okay, then again time. You can put time at the end of your sentence or at the first part of your sentence. Okay, here's an example. The children is S, the subject, played is the verb, V, games, object, so we don't have complement in this sentence. The next is quietly, manner, adverb of manner, in their room, place tells us where, and yesterday, T, time. Okay, so you can put time at the first part of your sentence, so you will have like this. Yesterday, then you have comma. Don't forget, if your time is at the beginning of your sentence, you must have a comma after. So yesterday, time, the children, S, subject, played, V, verb, games, O, object, quietly, M, manner or adverb of manner, in their room, P, place. A simple statement can have 6 parts, but it does not always have to be that many, okay? But it has to be in the same order. Okay, let's have this exercise. There is a line under each word or group of words in the statements below. The words are not in the right order. Arrange them correctly following T, S, V, O, or C, M, P, T pattern. Okay, look at the example. Okay, so you have this one. I last year to America went. So this is not in the correct order. When you put it in the correct order, you can have last year. Last year is time. I went. I is the subject. Went is the verb. To America, P, place. All right. Now you can also say I went to America last year. Your time is at the last part of your sentence. Okay, the first one, how do you put this in order? The first one is, can you try? All right, I enjoyed the film yesterday. Don't forget when you write it, it has to start with a capital letter and a punctuation, a period or full stop. Next. By the way, in number 1, you can also put yesterday at the beginning of your sentence. So you can have yesterday, I enjoyed the film. Okay, again, next. I listened to the news carefully. All right. Next. All right. The man played the piano well. Next. Okay, the first one is, yeah, you can put yesterday at the beginning of your sentence. So you can say, yesterday the children played games quietly in their room. Okay, or you can put yesterday at the end of your sentence. So you can start with the children played games quietly in their room yesterday. Next. All right. He opened the door quietly. Next. He left immediately. Okay, next. All right, he planted a tree in the corner of the garden. Next. Okay, you can start with time first, so you can have before lunch. He read the letter quickly in his office. Or he read the letter quickly in his office before lunch. Okay, let's proceed. Next. Okay, again, there is time, so you can put time at the beginning of your sentence. Okay, so you can say, this morning, I borrowed a book from the library. Or, I borrowed a book from the library this morning. Okay, next. All right, the cook spoiled the soup. Okay, next. So you have time again here, so you can put at the beginning of your sentence or at the end, okay? So, on Sundays we stay at home, or we stay at home on Sundays. Next. Okay, there are a lot of people at the bus stop. Okay, next. Okay, there is time, so you can put time at the beginning of your sentence or you can put it at the end of your sentence. So you can start with, this morning the little boy ate an apple greedily in the kitchen. Or you can say, the little boy ate an apple greedily in the kitchen this morning. Next. All right. She draws beautifully. Next. I like music very much. Next. All right, so you have time here. You can put it at the beginning of your sentence or you can put it at the end of your sentence. So you can start with, last year they built a new school in our village. Or you can say, they built a new school in our village last year. Next. Okay, the match ended at 4 o'clock. Next. Okay, so you have time here. You can put at the beginning of your sentence or you can put at the end of your sentence. So you can have, last week she received a letter from her brother. Or she received a letter from her brother last week. Next. They dance gracefully. Next. Valentina wrote a letter quickly. All right, so that's it. So don't forget the order of your sentence in English is, what is the order again? So you can have time at the beginning, or you can have time at the end. And then you have S, subject, V, verb, and then O, object or complement, then C, complement, and then manner, M, and then place, and then time. Okay? SVOCMPT pattern. Okay? You have to remember that in your head, so that every time you try to make a sentence or construct a sentence, the order must be in that way, all right, in that pattern. Okay, now let's have pattern drills. Okay, in this part, you are going to construct sentences. So if you have a partner, you may be the first part. That's the one in green that you can see. That's S1, student 1, or student 2. Or you can do it yourself. Okay, so the first pattern that you have to do is, she walked very slowly across the stage. Okay, so these sentence has SVMP. All right, so she, SV, walked very slowly, manner, M, across the stage, place. All right, so the given one is walk across the stage, then you have slow as an adjective, but you're going to change it to an adverb when you make the two parts here. So you make the first question, the question part first. How did she walk across the stage? Okay, she walked very slowly across the stage. So very slowly, answer the questions how. So in your answer, you have adverb of manner. Okay, so you can try with the other given phrases, all right, and adjectives which you are going to change to an adverb in your answer. Okay, so you can do it yourself. Next, let's go to number 2. I can hear the radio now. So this statement has SVOT. So you have I as S subject, can hear as the verb. Okay, as you can see here, the verb has a model can. Okay, so can hear is the verb there. The radio is O, object, and then now the time. Okay, now I can hear it perfectly well. Okay, so there is perfectly. All right, this is manner. So in this case, SVOM. You have the SVOM. Note the use of can, okay, with a verb of perception in the present tense. Okay, so can hear. And in short answers and questions, of course, I can and can't you. All right, so the given one here is hear the radio. Okay, so you say, I can hear the radio now. Can you? All right. Of course I can. I can hear it perfectly well in your answer. Now you can do the same patterns, okay, using the given phrases. Okay, just follow the pattern of S1 and S2. You can practice all by yourself there, okay? Let's go to the next two sets of pattern drills. All right, number 3. I heard a good talk on the radio last night. So that is TSVOPT pattern, okay? Note can or could is not necessary with verbs of perception in the past tense, okay? So example given is put in saw or heard, okay? So you have to put in saw or heard. Then last night a good talk on the radio. Okay, the SB says, not the SB rather, you will make this pattern. I heard a good talk on the radio last night. Okay, so you say I heard or I saw depending on the context. All right, now you use the same pattern in with these given phrases. All right, next pattern drill 4. Could is used with the verbs in the past tense to indicate ability. All right. So see the race, large crowd. Okay. Didn't you see the race? Okay. Since this is about past, then can change the code. All right. So I couldn't, indicating that this happened in the past. The crowd was too large. Okay. So that's the pattern that you have to follow. You can do it by yourself with the rest of the phrases given. Now let's have oral composition. All right, so you are given this words, set of words, then you make a sentence out of these words. So last week went theater. So make a sentence using the three given words or phrases. All right, so last week went theater. So you say he, I will use he as a subject. He went to the theater last week. All right, so the rest you're going to make it all by yourself, okay, as your homework. So that's it for our module 1, and stay put for the next module. All right, bye guys, we got this.